Today I am going to paint northern lights in very quick, spontaneous style. Hi friends, I'm Olga Koelsch, watercolor artist, teacher and a book author. Welcome to my studio. First of all, let's make some preparations. The painting itself will be very quick and therefore we will need to make a lot of work in advance. First of all, I glued the sides of my sketchbook from all sides. There will be a lot of water happening and I do not want water going onto the other pages, so I use just thick type to turn my sketchbook basically in watercolor pad. The other thing, I probably will use 2 glasses of water for 2 different paints. I also already prepared 2 different paints. One is this super bright leaf green. If you do not have paint like this, you can, for example, mix phthalo green with lemon yellow. That will give you about the same brightness. So if you ever had some extremely bright acid paint in your palette, didn't know where to use it, today is the day. And the other one is indigo, and they have kind of milky creamy mix, and I prepared enough. What's important, that you mix them separately. Don't want them to be accidentally mixed, so I placed them a little bit aside. 2 brushes, you already probably understand that one brush will be for one paint, the other brush will be for the other paint. I have a piece of fabric right next to me and a piece of paper towel next to me, a lot of water, and we will always need to control water with something. If you have some water spray with water, would be very handy to have it. So I have my Mottler brush and I'm glazing a lot the paper. A lot of water is happening here. Dripping, water is actually dripping. Therefore, I try to really protect all the other pages with the type. You can also dilute a little bit the mixes. And now let's play around. My smaller brush will be for green. My bigger brush will be for indigo. So first of all, I apply my bright green. I start with bright green. I apply it where I can see the northern lights and the reflection, and then I just play around. I move my sketchbook around. So letting water carry the pigment in different directions. What's important right here when we are doing this, I have my paper towel right next to me. When I see then that water collects at the borders, I go around with the paper towel and remove it. Otherwise, once it goes back, it can create these blooms. We don't need blooms in today's painting, we don't need them. I can apply one more layer, one bright layer of green. I can even add a little bit of bolder mix right here in different directions. I keep moving my sketchbook. If you are painting on a plain paper, you just repeat completely same steps, just with the mat. I can also add a couple of brush strokes just with yellow, with lemon yellow. Today is the day of bright paints. I see that some water drops are gathering around. I want to remove that. And now let's switch to the to indigo paint. First of all, I will start with the sky. So I'm painting the sky and I'm lifting my sketchbook so the sky level will flow down. I can help it a bit. And again, I'm moving my sketchbook in different directions, but now it's getting complicated because I have a lot of things to check on. For example, at the same time I'm looking at these puddles of green. I keep adding, I would like to add a bit more of indigo to make it a bit more watery. For example, on this side, always holding your paper, moving it around. At the same time, I can start to paint the reflection. So I paint in the reflection, the mountain parts. And now if I think that something goes too dark, I can take my spray. It's just water. I can spray it like this. I can spray it down. It will also create nice texture. Water is dripping. Naturally, it's dripping. But that will create these nice graded washes. I can place my piece of fabric right underneath and also remove some water with the paper towel. I want to add different shadows on the sky, and if things are happening too quick, I think the smart way will be if you watch the video and then you try to watch again with me, but maybe not everything at the same time. So a little bit more of bold accents, especially into the sky. I keep moving, always moving my pad. Also, I'm noticing that here it's getting dry. That means I shouldn't go there again. But the bottom section is relatively wet yet. I can work on that a bit more. Now let's paint the horizon line. A bit more of the horizon line and the mountains. With the tip of the brush, I will firstly draw the horizon line. And again, it's all wet and wet. It's all distributing by itself. The only thing I can do to help is maybe to set up a little bit the mountain shape with my brush. There is a peak on one side, go down, and then bigger one on the other side. Something similar. You have to accept that it would not be perfect and probably would not be similar to what you see on the picture. Let's add some reflection. I keep moving my sketchbook, but already carefully, because right here paper is getting dry. I do not water to go back into that section. If my paper is still wet, I can add a bit of colored accents, help them to flow. I hope with all these movements, I hope you see, because the paper is so wet and mixes are very wet, that creates this nice flow. And if something goes wrong, you can always wash it out, but that works only for cotton papers. Wash out a little bit here. It's a bit, this corner is a bit lighter, so, and I think we still can work a little bit on this corner. And I remove drops with paper towel. Basically, we are getting to the end of the story. Now I would like to place my sketchbook on some surface, for example on a type, to keep the angle. Then I get a clean piece of paper towel, fold it, because there is some texture on the mountains and I want to make it quick, just pressing paper towel against the paper, and that lifts a bit of the paper, but because the paper is super wet, it will be muted very soon. It would not be that bright white. It will create the texture of the snow in the mountains, and this is what we need. Details I can add, for example, with almost dry brush to protect the painting. I can even grab it rather from the pen, so, and add just a couple of lines for the horizon. There is some very delicate details, mountain structure, maybe a little bit bigger. I would like to leave it like this, and only once it dries I will remove the paper type. I carefully removed the type. My paper remained clean. Now how it all looks when it dried. A beautiful graded wash, some texture. I hope you enjoyed that style of painting a lot. Thank you so much for painting with me. I hope you enjoyed the process. I'm looking forward to know what would you like to paint next. See you soon. Bye bye.